Hey y'all, Jenny here. Surprise! If this gets posted, it'll be 2 days back to back, which is unusual. But I am sitting in a class waiting for a student to arrive, and I thought, why not do a video? And do you know why I'm motivated to do a video today? Because you guessed it, my numbers were great on the scale. So, I wasn't sweating it too much yesterday because I just kept thinking, I'm kind of doing the right thing. I have some little cheats in terms of a little corn here and there and that, but I normally do that uh, on the diet in previous rounds. Somebody mentioned because I had ground turkey, I used ground turkey to make my own taco seasoning and put it with lettuce to make my own taco salad. And they asked if turkey was approved on the protocol. I've been having ground turkey ever since the very first time I ever did this diet when I lost a ton of weight on it and I was extremely strict. That was still my go to meat because I just got tired of chicken. So I would make myself just turkey burgers and then cut them up and salt them and put some spices and eat some lettuce along with it. No dressing, no, none of the other tiny little cheats that sometimes I add a little bit of extra in. None of that. Um, so for me, since I've always done it, and there have been rounds where I've lost a significant amount of weight when I've been very, very strict on the diet, and I just always use ground turkey. So that answers that question for those of you that said, is it okay on the protocol? I There's Dr. Simmeons Protocol would say no, but most of the protocols that are out now have a little bit of an expansion. Not even the 2.0 protocols, but even just the regular protocols have expanded that list a little bit. And I find very lean turkey to be on there. That it's not that much different from chicken. So there you go. But yes, let me pull out. I don't even have my numbers here because I'm sitting in the middle of a class waiting for a student. So today I got on the scale and it said I was down another 2 pounds. Now, did I lose 2 pounds in a day? No, of course I didn't. Now, I did have a small bowel movement, not a big one, but a small one. So that attributed to it, and I knew that that was part of the issue. But some of that I think is just the rest of my body kind of adjusting and the scale adjusting to what's happening with my body. Because I told you yesterday I was feeling like I'm going down. I feel that sense. So I was surprised that the numbers weren't reflecting that on the scale, but if you're starting to feel like you're going down, then that's motivation enough to keep going, even if the scale says no. And the scale did say I was going down, but just like minuscule amounts, minus zero point 0.2, minus zero point 0.1. I mean, they were not big jumps. Minus zero point 0.4 one day. So yeah, to be minus 2. So according to these numbers, I'm 13 days in and down 7.1 pounds, and those numbers make me feel good. So another day today, because yesterday I had the same thing. I had the turkey with the lettuce and a little bit of corn sprinkled on top. That'll probably be my meal again today. It'll probably be for a couple days because we had 2 big packages of ground turkey that we cooked up and kind of made our own taco seasoning because we realized, I think I may have said this yesterday, we realized we didn't have enough taco seasoning for all the ground turkey that we put up. So I just looked online and saw all the seasonings that go into it and made it myself. That way I also know that there's no added little bits of flour or some other stuff that might be carby or sugary that's in there. Although I did use a little bit of what was left over in my taco seasoning, but it still tasted amazing and delicious and very, very good. Love it. So there you go. All right, we're going to pick a topic and talk about that again today. We were talking about obesity. We've been talking about obesity, so I picked a really short one that I can discuss and put in here in case my student comes late. That way I can make a quick video and post this for you. And that is the psychological aspects of obesity. Very short paragraph, and I'm just going to read it to you straight from the protocol. Here we go. I haven't pre-read this because I wasn't prepared to do this today, but it's short, so hopefully it doesn't have too much funky grammar translation problems. Here we go. Much has been written about the psychological aspects of obesity. Among its many functions, the hypothalamus is also the seat, oh, I should say the hypothalamic center, is also the seat of our primitive animal instincts. And just as in an emergency, it can switch energy from one center to another. So it seems to be able to transfer pressure from one instinct to another. Thus, a lonely and unhappy person derived of all I'm sorry, not derived, deprived of all emotional comfort and of all instinct gratification except the stilling of hunger and thirst can use these as outlets for pent up instinct pressure and so develop obesity. Yet once that has happened, no amount of psychotherapy or analysis, happiness, company, or the gratification of other instincts will correct the condition. Ooh, that's deep and heavy, isn't it? Okay, so it's saying that somebody who's really lonely, unhappy, void of all emotional comfort and gratification will use with the and feels nothing except for hunger and thirst, will like develop these addictive needs for food and beverage, and that even after the positive things come back into their lives, they cannot break that need to always eat and drink. This is a reason to not fall into the habit of eating food when we're unhappy and when things don't go well. Really, I mean, this is something to think about. I guess it's not rocket science, but you would think that after receiving the other things that fulfill you in life, that you would not need that food to meet that criteria anymore. For some people, it's spirituality, and they have Jesus or God in their lives that fill that void, that can get them through the parts when they don't have other people or other things in their lives that are going well at all. They have something else that they can reach to, a higher power that they can go to. I highly recommend that over food. It fulfills you so much more than food ever will, and it doesn't let you down on the scale. Take that. All right. I'm in a little bit of a giddy mood today because I'm kind of loving my numbers. I'm kind of loving my numbers. All right. So I'll be in touch again in another couple of days when, I just let about 3 days go by or something along that line. And then we'll talk a little bit more about some parts of obesity. We're still going to cover the exhaustion of the fat bank and compulsive eating. And then let's see. These don't really fall under. The exhaustion of the fat bank is actually the third form of obesity. They listed 3 causes of or explanations of obesity. Psychological aspect is its whole other category. Now that I think about it, now that I look at the protocol. But really, it talks about obesity. So they kind of go hand in hand. All right, so we will go back and do part number 3 because it's lengthier, and I didn't want to do that during this period of time, the exhaustion of the fat bank. So that's the third of the 3 obesity. You know what? I got this new iMac, and this wireless mouse thing, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. It just doesn't go as quickly as a normal mouse. It just doesn't. Okay. So the 3 basic causes of obesity are the inherited factor, the hypothalamic disorders, and then the exhaustion of the fat bank, which we'll talk about next time. And then hand in hand in that are psychological aspects, which is what we just talked about today. If you have any comments about this or anything you experience, feel free to put them down below. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to this video, just because, you know what, you'll make my day and I get a little notification with your name saying that you subscribed, and then I think, oh, I like gonna lose at whatever. Thank you for subscribing. And feel free to make a comment. I appreciate those too. I like feedback from everybody on what you're doing and how you're doing. And some of you are doing great and stick with it. You're doing awesome. Keep it up. And I will see you all in a couple of days. That's all I have for today. Take care. Bye bye.